What's up, my pilots? Angry Poncho here. We're back playing Feed the Beast. In this episode, I'm gonna make an automated machine. It will take in diamond, or excuse me, it'll make diamonds. It'll take in coal, flint, and obsidian. So I'm gonna make a prototype up top, and then I'm going to off-screen build a more compact version down in the storage room. So to show real quickly what's happened in between videos, we were working on soul shards last time, and we were having great success. In between videos, I grinded. I come to this question frequently, it seems. Anyway, I was grinding for a long time, and I made myself a tier 5 creeper spawner, a tier 5 skeleton spawner, a tier 5 angry zombie spawner, tier 5 slime spawner, and up here in the chest, I have a soul shard for ghasts, fire bats, blazes, wither skeletons, and magma cubes. All tier 5. The only thing I'm missing is regular zombies, which I don't think I need because angry zombies drop everything they drop and more. So, I just haven't put them all in place yet. So, what's going to happen is there are going to be, I think, 10 spawners down here when they're all full. And each one of these spaces will contain a spawner, just like the 5 over here are empty, but the 5 over here are full, so just like these 5. Now you're probably wondering what this thing here is. That's the Enderman spawner, because for most mobs, you only have to drop them 22 blocks for them to die, but Endermen have twice as much health, so they have to be dropped 44 blocks. Now, it seems like a long distance down here, from here down to the ground. It seems like that should kill anything. But it doesn't. It's only like 35 blocks or something like that. So I had to come up here to the next floor up. And in the back of our, what is currently our machine room in here, I have put the Enderman spawner. It's just available through a window here, which is 2 blocks high and far enough away so that no Enderman will spawn in here. So you just flick the switch, that deactivates the power, and you start getting 4 or 5 Endermen at once, dropping down there, and dropping their Ender balls. And making their weird moaning noises. Let's see how many we got from that. Yeah, so in just a few seconds we got a half stack of ender pearls. So we have basically an endless supply of ender pearls, which means since we now have a blaze spawner, or we can at any time as soon as we put that shard into a soul cage, which means we have basically all we need to find our way to the end, so we can make as many eyes of ender as we want when the time comes. In fact, I think I might already have enough to go there. No, I just have 1, but I have tons of ender pearls and blaze powders, so we can make the ender eyes and go to the end at any time. But I might save that for a little bit later. But there are some good things in the end, so I want to go there eventually. To return to the topic of this video, diamond making machine. So to be exactly clear, it's not really a diamond making machine, it's an industrial diamond making machine. And that's not describing the machine, it's describing the diamond. Now, it's just as good as regular diamonds. In fact, when you look at most recipes that require something made with diamonds, you can, here, I'll just click on this. You can see all the things you can make with industrial diamonds. So the teleporters, the energy crystals, anything that is made with diamonds, pretty much you can use industrial diamonds too. They are just as good. So, it really does show that the knockoff brands sometimes are totally just as good as the original. So industrial diamonds, they are made by compressing a coal chunk. Coal chunk is made by crafting compressed coal balls around a piece of obsidian. Compressed coal balls are made by compressing a coal ball. Who would have guessed, right? Coal balls are just coal dust and flint, and that's the basis of it. Coal dust is just made by macerating coal. So, not too complicated there. So really, it's just start out with coal dust, flint, and obsidian, and just slam a jam, chugging along. No big deal. The biggest thing that we need to do to make this automated is we need automatic crafting tables. Now, where are those? Autocrafting. Okay, cool. So it looks like, oh, that is way too cheap. Man, I can't believe how cheap that is. Look at the uncrafting table. It requires this maze map focus thing that you have to find, I think, in the Twilight Forest. But that allows you to uncraft things without losing any of the pieces. Anyway, automatic crafting table. Yeah. Or wait, maybe it's Mark II? What's the difference? Still not very expensive. Gold. Oh, transposer? Oh, a wooden pipe will totally do that just as well. Okay, well we'll start with the most basic one, which is just a crafting table with 4 wooden gears around it. So let's grab some gears. I love having just everything I need at my fingertips in this display. It's so, whoops, I don't want any of those. It's so nice to be able to just walk around and be like, oh, I want 4 wooden gears and a crafting table. Oh, look, I already have those. I just need to put them together. All right. So how does one of these work? Would be a good question to ask. Let's see if we can just get it to do something really simple, like craft planks into sticks automatically, just to get these figured out, because this is the crux of the whole machine. Other than that, it's just piping and a compressor or two. So let's get some pipes. We're probably going to need a couple wooden pipes. I'm going to want a couple levers, a couple redstone engines, a chest or two. Let's see. Just grabbing sort of all the things I think I might want to do this little automation study here. So let's see what else do I need. What did I say? Chests, redstone engines. Do I have any of those lying around? Let's see. If I did, they'd be in here, I think. Oh no, they'd be downstairs. They'd be in the machine room chest. Yeah, I got a couple. We'll just take a few of those too. All right, sweet. Let's go up top and build this. So I'm just gonna try and make the auto crafting table work. I don't know exactly how this goes, so I'll give myself some space around it. So let's just look in it. Okay, it just looks like a crafting table right now. Oh, it makes buttons. But when I leave it, I don't. Okay, is it using up the planks? Like, okay, I know some things you can put the recipe in and it doesn't use them up, but this does use it up. So it's actually taking 2 wooden planks and making sticks. All right, so how do I get it to make the sticks come out? Do I have to pump them out? Let's see if that does it. Chunk. No, it's still in there. Okay. Perhaps the secret is to provide power to the table itself. Whoa. It's in the table itself. I think my stuff is a little overpowered sometimes. I dig through dirt that fast. I try and jump and I go 8 feet in the air. Alright, let's instead try it this way. Send power to the table. No. Oh wait, it's not pumping. Okay, that means that this thing can't receive signal from an automatic crafting table. Huh, alright, so now the question becomes how do you get it to go? Maybe it's as simple as giving it a redstone signal, and that would be surprising, but possible. We can try that. So let's just put it on the ground and put the lever next to it. So now the thing is, where would it go if it did craft? I guess it would need to go into an adjacent inventory. I don't even know which direction is on for this lever. Okay, well it seems to work just like a regular crafting table when I want it to, but I'm not seeing how to get the goodies to come out of it. I know the wooden pipe will take power, but it doesn't seem to want to automatically craft things. So this is supposed to do auto crafting for us. Maybe I have to take it out of the bottom? I mean, there's some stuff that's real particular like that. Like you have to have the pump on the right side of the object, or it'll put out the wrong thing, or it won't put out anything. So let's just adjust the configuration real quick here and see if we can get that to work. Put the wooden pipe down here. I figured I could look this up, because some of you guys probably already know how to do it, and you're like, no, that doesn't even make sense. But it's more fun for me if I try and figure it out a little bit. And plus, looking everything up straight away is not super exciting. All right. Well, hang on. Did that work, or did I not leave anything in there? Let's see. Nope, that's not working. All right. Well, I've tried everything that seems logical to me. I don't know what Mark II is going to do. Looks like it's from a different mod, so I'm not going to mess with it. Instead, I'm going to look up how to use an auto-crafting table, since it doesn't seem intuitive to me. Putting an inventory next to it, putting a redstone signal, putting a pump, nothing straight up has worked, so I'm going to have to look it up now. Alrighty then, I think I may have been even closer than I thought. My very first thought was how it actually works, I believe. I believe. But I was not quite persistent enough. You have to put in more than one copy of it or it won't work. It won't take out the last thing. So it leaves in one thing to be a blueprint. See those sticks going through the pipe? Yes! So I had it right. It doesn't matter what side it's on. You don't have to give it a redstone signal. All you have to do is pump it out, just like I thought it would be. So I was right. I just didn't know that there's actually this really cool feature that it will not remove the very last recipe. So you have to put in several layers of it, and then it'll take out one at a time. So that way you don't lose the recipe that you put in there. So you don't have to constantly remake it over and over again when it gets through. Because you wouldn't want to have to constantly reset the machine like that. So, very, very cool feature. I like it. Now that I understand how auto crafting tables work, the rest of this is just a matter of putting pipes together. But compressors. Let's see. They take EU. All right, cool. So this shouldn't be too hard to set up. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and try and set it up downstairs straight away, because building it twice just doesn't seem like it's going to be. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard to build. I'm going to do things the way that I like to do things, which is from the back front ways. I'm going to sort of cheat. Like when you're doing a maze, often it's a lot easier to go from the finish back to the start. And that's what I'm going to do for this. So this is just going to be a diamond making machine, so I'm not going to need very big chests for this. But I'm going to need to make this somewhat reasonably well designed so that it will be a pleasure to use. For the time being, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to put just 2 chests here to start. A chest for input and a chest for output. And we'll do the rest of our work on the back. So I suppose I'll just start by saying this is the coal chest here. We're going to need to do some architectural work to make this look pretty, but I can do that at the end. So we're going to take stuff out of here. In fact, I can go ahead and get this pump going so it doesn't take ages. There we go. So that'll go. And what I can actually do is just put 1 chest here, and I can put obsidian, flint, and coal into this chest. And I won't need to do anything with 3 separate chests on input, because I can use 1 diamond pipe to separate those things, which is probably the first step. Actually, the first step would be to mock up the machine layout with cobblestone and just pipes and stuff. So I'm not going to cut out a whole lot in this episode, so it might get a little bit long. I apologize in advance if that's the case. If you're looking at the video like, oh my god, it's 45 minutes and he hasn't done anything. No, I'm going to try and keep it relatively intelligent if I can. I'll bring some sandstone pipe too, or smooth stone pipe in case we need that. What else am I going to want? I'm going to want wiring to get stuff to the various machines. Actually, I'm probably going to want really good wire. I'm not going to want to mess with it. I'm going to need I'm going to need one of those devices that transformer will probably be nice, because I'm going to need to power several machines. So I need to make a transformer if I don't already have one. Okay. I think I'm going to need to make a medium transformer and a high transformer. Let's see where all of my power is going right now. Can I not fit through this door? Oh, there we go. Alright, so all the power is on this other side of the room. Let's isolate a place to get our power from, because we're going to need to power a macerator and 2 compressors, I think. So I could take from here, or let's see. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to want to do it. Alright, I'm going to take a wire out of here, which means I just need to make a low voltage transformer, which is just a bat box, and I think some wiring around it with some wood. Let's look at that recipe just to recall it. This is what I need here. Oh no, it's simpler than a bat box. It's just copper cables and then wood around that. Okay, that's simple enough. So I'll make one of those, and then we'll run a wire around this way. So I'm going to retcon some of the wiring here, just because I don't want them to get tangled up. So I'm going to switch this stuff over here from getting power from the side, so that it now gets power from the top instead. which doesn't make that much of a difference. Besides, it allows me to keep the wires from getting tangled up with each other. So now when I go this way with these, all I have to do is go down along the wall, and I can take this all the way over to the other side where my machines are going to be. So I'm going to make a low voltage transformer. I'm going to run the rest of that wiring, and then we'll mock up the machines in just a minute. Alrighty then, so I sort of built it and forgot to talk. So I guess I'm just going to explain what the idea was here. I guess I should go get my lever first. Oh, I turn off my jetpack engine. Turn back on there. Thank you, good sir. So basically the whole system is not really that complicated. I do need to grab one more lever so I can get my last thing going. And then I need to make 2 compressors and another auto-crafting table, I believe. Yes, I do not have any of that stuff, so compressors I think are pretty cheap. I'll go ahead and make the 2 compressors in the auto-crafting table, and then we'll put it all together, and I'll explain it as we go along. Alrighty then, I think we have everything we need here. So let me just start from the very beginning and sort of show how it goes, what my vision is here. So we're going to need to get some stuff to get it started and get it primed, but we'll do that. So we put in stuff here. You put in obsidian, flint, and coal. So it gets pumped along, pump out of here. Go ahead and actually put this last lever down so I can get all my engines going. It gets pumped into here where the diamond pipe sends things different directions. It sends the coal right... Oh, I need to make a macerator too. Gosh darn it! That's going to cost diamonds. Oh man, the whole Greg Tech thing is really a mixed bag. I know it takes 3 diamonds, I think. Macerator. Gotta keep them macerated. 3 diamonds, 4 flint, any of my nice gates, along with a machine block. Alright, I got that stuff. Let's just grab it and build it real fast. Get the machine block. I need 3 diamonds. I need 4 flint. Where did I put my flint? 3, 4. Okay, and then what did I need? A nice gate. Let's go grab one of these gates that this thing makes. I'm sure the redstone iron chip... No, actually, let's try, I bet you an AND gate will do it. That's my theory, my supposition. It seems like you can use just pretty much any of these gates. A lot of them that are in the same class are kind of interchangeable. The relatively expensive versus the very expensive. Ah, it's not expensive enough. Man. Alright, let me see. I bet you if that doesn't work, a golden chipset will. I would suppose. This is only a guess, but I'm trying to get in the habit of using those so they use up less rubber and such, but it just so happens that as soon as I get to that, I now have a nice renewable... Gosh, what? Alright, an Arctic gold AND gate. Or diamond ore gate, or a pulsating chipset. Okay, I can make pulsating chipsets, but I haven't been doing that. What am I doing? Oh, look at the recipe again. What besides these? A redstone golden chipset. It says it'll work down here, but only with apparently different things. Come on. What's my other option? Advanced circuit? Fine. I'll just use the advanced circuit method. Huff puff. Getting all huffy about not having the right gates. I guess I haven't quite mastered that whole assembly table quite yet, but we're getting there. It's definitely helping. I already had gates. I already had advanced circuits. I wish I had checked. Alright. For flint, I'm not going to make a rotary macerator out of this. I don't see any point. It's not going to have to be that fast. Okay, so stuff goes in here. Flint, coal, obsidian gets pumped along, and this diamond pipe sends the coal into the macerator, which is getting power from this side here. So to show where the power is coming from, it's just coming from this cable that's running all the way from the other side of the room, which runs around over here and goes to this low voltage transformer in the middle, which takes the medium voltage here and changes it to low voltage, coming out here to power the macerator, and then it'll be powering the other 2 compressors as well. So once stuff is done in the macerator, that's going to be coal dust. We want to combine that with flint here in an auto-crafting table. So we'll put the auto-crafting table here, and then this diamond pipe will send the flint around the top to get over here. So we have coal dust and flint will be combined here to make a coal ball, which will get pumped this way, which will go over to this compressor. I'm going to put in here, and that compressor, when its stuff is finished, will get pumped out the side here. This will make compressed coal balls. We'll go to this Autocrafting table, where the compressed coal balls will meet up with the obsidian, which this diamond pipe sends straight over to it. And then once that's done, it'll make a coal chunk, which gets pumped out, goes over here into the final compressor, which turns the coal chunk into a diamond, or industrial diamond, and then sends it over here to the final output chest. All right, sweet. So all we need to do is prime the recipe. So let's grab a few stacks of coal. Now this is coming to mind because we have tons of coal. I have like 30 stacks over there, 50 stacks over here. I have more than a whole barrel of coal. So we're not going to run out anytime soon. Now it does take a good bit of flint to do this, but there are lots of ways to get flint. It's actually really cheap. Pick that stuff up. Oh, I can't. Dang it. Alright, let me put away all the technical stuff that I have. Okay, so I got a bunch of coal, a bunch of flint. We're also going to want obsidian. Let me go ahead and pick up the rest of that flint. We're also going to want obsidian, which I think I keep right over here. Yep. Grab several stacks of that. We need less obsidian than the other things, but still. So let's go ahead and prime everything. So the auto-crafting tables, we're going to have to macerate some stuff. So let's go ahead and separate the diamond pipe, send coal to the macerator. And in the white stuff, we'll send flint around the top, and then we'll send along the yellow the obsidian. Simple enough. So let's send one of each just to make sure that they're going the way they need to be going here. And they're going to be going slow, but it doesn't matter. Making diamonds is a slow process. I mean, it's diamonds, for goodness sakes. It shouldn't be fast. It should take 1,000 years in the earth. Oop. Did I forget something? I think I did. I think I forgot that you have to put stuff into the top of a macerator. So we're going to need to adjust this just a wee bit, just a tad. Oh, and then, oh, it won't go into the auto crafting table because the recipe's not put in yet. All right, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. We'll get to that in a second. So we're going to kind of follow the process through at least once. So I guess that means we're going to have to get more creative with our piping. Gosh dang it, I was hoping this would be simple. All right, I'm going to need a sandstone pipe and a few pieces of just regular pipe. Right back. Alrighty then, that should fix that. So I'm just going to change this a little bit. I'm going to send the coal out the top, which will send it straight to the macerator. And then I'm going to send the flint out the green side instead, which will send it around here through this iron pipe to go this way. Sandstone pipe to not connect to the macerator, which goes this way to an iron pipe going around here to the auto crafting table, like I said. Alright, so firstly, gotta macerate some coal. That's the only way this is going to go. It's going to go one item at a time, so that's why speed doesn't really matter. It's going to be limited by the speed of the machines, I think. So we'll macerate some coal. I don't know if I'm going to need any overclockers for this either. It's going to be slow, and I'm going to do it one stack at a time because you don't want to be throwing in. You don't want to throw around multiple stacks of anything because it can get to be a point there where you're losing track of what you're doing, really, I think. So if I recall correctly, I think a stack of coal will end up making us 2 diamonds, if I remember right. Oh man, it's just going to spit the stuff out the other side because the thing's not done yet. It's not ready. Alright, in order to speed this up presently, I'm going to grab some overclockers and just totally go bonkers on this thing. I'm going to throw 4 overclockers into a macerator and see what that does. I like to separate them out, even though I don't know if it actually does anything to the speed relative to just throwing them all in together. Alright, yeah, so it's just spitting out the side here. Try and stand somewhere relatively nearby so it'll toss it into our pocket instead. Alright, so in order to make the next bit, we need to set up the automatic recipe, which means we need 2 more pieces of coal dust. And then they'll stop popping out of the pipe at us. So with 2 more pieces of coal dust, that's plenty, thank you. I'm going to put coal dust around here, and flint goes in the center, which makes our coal ball. So hopefully this will go and get pumped in to that thing properly. Alright, fine, you can have them back. Stop being slow. See if that goes in like it's supposed to. Yes! Look at that, it went in. It went in! Alright, cool. And now when I should put flint in here, that should make it around to here and start filling this up. So you can see the auto-crafting table fills up in a very smart way. Every time it gets a new coal dust, it's going to spread them out evenly. So it's going to put them in one at a time, one in each place, so they don't all go into the first corner. It's going to try and spread it out so we can keep doing the recipe for as long as possible. Alright, so that's looking right, looking good. So to get this crafting table ready, we're going to need to put obsidian in the center. Because what's going to happen is, once the stuff starts getting made here, which means as soon as the flint starts arriving, we're going to start pumping it out over here, send it to the compressor. I'm just going to go ahead and compress it into compressed... What am I even... Words. I've turned the coal ball into a compressed coal ball. So let's see if it's done. Oh, it made one. Has it made it to the compressor yet? Where's it at? Uh-oh. Oh no, did it send it backwards? Oh, bejeebers. I did not consider that this pipe might actually suck stuff out of the wrong place. Oh boy. Well, if it did, it would have popped out some... Oh yeah, there's the coal ball lying on the ground right there. It went out the wrong pipe. Alright, so I need to make another adjustment here, it seems. I need to move this one space farther away so that this pipe is guaranteed to grab it. Oh, and it went in and out right away. Oh. What the hell? Why did it go into the output spot? Can you not put a coal ball into the compressor? You totally can. Okay, maybe it just needs to go into the top again. That's kind of annoying. That's going to make the wiring a little bit of a pain. I was hoping to make this machine really compact, and it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger the more I fiddle with it. Alright, let me fix those two things. Alrighty then, I fixed those little errors. So I just made this pipe go one space longer so that there wouldn't be two wooden pipes coming out of this device. So the auto-crafting table is now making coal balls, which will get pumped out right here, and I have to go actually over the top of the wiring to go into the top of the compressor. So it goes into the top of the compressor. When it arrives there, it's going to get compressed, get pumped underneath the wiring. It's sort of, everything's tangled up. And then goes over to this auto-crafting table, where I'm going to have to spread around some coal balls, or compressed coal balls. There goes one now. But this is going to take a little while because we're going to have to wait for each coal ball to get finished here, which means we need 8 coal dust. So I might actually make some coal dust by hand in order to speed this up. That's what I can do. So let me, oh, come on now. These are my 2 macerators here. Let me just throw some coal in these and we'll pick that stuff up in a minute and speed start this machine. Alright, so it's making compressed coal balls. I'll come back in when I have 8 of them in a loop. And then this thing will be able to run on its own and we'll be able to try it out. See the magic of the diamonds coming out at the end, which I think will be very cool. Alrighty then, we now have enough coal balls, or compressed coal balls, that I was able to make the recipe. And so now, once 5 more of these, or 4 more of these show up, the first coal chunk will get pumped out of the automatic crafting table, which will go over to the compressor, which will get compressed and become a diamond. So I'm going to steal my overclocker upgrades back because they're really not needed. This machine doesn't need to have speed. It's the kind of thing where you throw in a stack of coal and come back in a little while and see what you got. It's like getting presents from Santa. You don't hang around by the tree. It's just impolite. So let me throw the rest of the coal dust that we've got in here. Try and spread it out as evenly as I can. Not create problems here with the way that it's distributing the ingredients. So I think we might have a coal chunk ready to come pretty soon here. Pretty soon. And then it'll just be a matter of compressing it. A stage of the process which I am eagerly awaiting. So we need what it looks like a couple more of these to come out first. Go faster! 1 and 2 and 3 and there we go. That's good. All right, now we'll put you in there. So our next coal coal chunk is on its way. There it is! There it is! That's the one! So once this compressed coal ball arrives, the table will have enough to make... Oh wait, I need more obsidian too. The table will have enough to chunk make a coal chunk. Look at it go. Look, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Alright, I guess going to yellow, I'll just throw the rest of that stack of obsidian in there. Why the heck not? And then it's going to go over to the compressor, which has 4 overclockers in it right now. So it should very quickly and fastidiously make an industrial diamond. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Oh, and shit's popping out. What's going on? I don't understand. Whoa. Oh, it's full. That's interesting. I didn't... Oh yeah, I'd already put a bunch of them in. That's right. Okay. Well then. You, stop that. Stop being so anxious to be full of obsidian. Okay, so if it gets more than a stack, it's going to start overflowing, so... I'll need to be careful with this, and in the way I use it. Honestly, making it automated just means I don't have to deal with moving stuff from one machine to the next. But I'm still going to have to be sort of careful with this when I use it. For the first part, I need to remember that I don't need to add flint very often, and I very rarely need to add obsidian, because it only uses 1 obsidian per diamond. So I would even go so far as to say, you know, put 64 obsidian in there and forget about it, because you're not going to need to refill that for a long time. And then flint, you know, just top off your flint every now and then all you have to do is just throw your coal in here. And I think that the macerator is going to be the slowest part. So I think we would be safe to throw in a whole bunch of coal, except there's no hoppers on the macerator. So 1 stack of coal at a time, just cook them up, get 2 diamonds out of it. So I threw in what was 1 stack, and in the next episode we will look in this chest, and hopefully we'll see 2 industrial diamonds in there when we start the episode off. So that is all for this episode. I'm going to make this more beautiful, but that is the basics of a diamond making machine. All you need is coal, flint, obsidian, and the ability to make auto-crafting tables, which is basically 1 tree, which is wood. But you need a macerator, which takes 3 diamonds to start off with. So you need that starting point of 3 diamonds, and then you also need 2 compressors, which just means you need circuits, and then you need power for the machines. But yeah, so it's actually kind of a later game thing if you do it the way I did, which is waiting until you have a full power grid, so that you can not worry about having to power up those various devices. So that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Feed the Beast.